ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Bakayoko, and I want to welcome you to another edition of The Resolution, the video series designed to help us build the resolve necessary to achieve our goals. Alright guys, so look, a few weeks ago, my wife and I got into a very spirited debate. While I won't go into the details of the argument, I will tell you, after the argument, I was pissed, I was angry, and I was frustrated. And look, my wife actually apologized to me after the argument, but I did something stupid. I did not accept her apology. And the reason I didn't accept her apology is simple. I was being selfish. I was so concerned with how she made me feel that it never crossed my mind to think about how she felt. And when I finally did think about her feelings, this is what I thought. I thought she had no right to feel the way she felt. She was wrong and I was right. End of story. Now, I remember going to sleep that night thinking my wife had no self-control. I remember feeling like she snapped on me that night because she knew I wouldn't snap back, because she knew I loved her, and because she knew I would never do or say anything to hurt her feelings. But look, this is the crazy part though. That night, I remember lying on the couch thinking, I'm not going to take this anymore, thinking I don't deserve this type of treatment. And for a moment, I actually thought and believed the only way I could get my wife to respect me more was through force, meaning I had to be more aggressive, assertive, confrontational, and hostile to get my wife's respect. That way, she would think twice before she ever snapped on me again. But look, you'd be happy to know that I did not act on those thoughts, those feelings, and those emotions. So in the morning, everything was good. I apologized to my wife, we hugged, we kissed, and we made up. I took my daughter to daycare, and I was off to work. But later that day, I started to ask myself, why did I think those thoughts? Why did I think becoming aggressive, assertive, confrontational, and hostile would have solved our problems? Honestly, like, wouldn't being cruel, harsh, and uncaring just make my wife feel unappreciated and unloved? Of course it would. So why did I think it would fix the problem and not make it worse? It may be because I'm stupid and irrational, but it may also be because of these three reasons. And the first reason is because I jumped to conclusions. I assumed I knew why my wife snapped on me, when in fact I didn't. She was not trying to take advantage of me. The second reason is because I did not think about my wife's feelings. I didn't stop and think about how what I said or how what I did made her feel. And the last reason is because in the heat of the moment, honestly, I was not thinking about a peaceful way to settle things. I wanted war. And for a moment, honestly, I believed becoming aggressive, assertive, confrontational, and hostile would have served the problem. But in fact, all I had to do was be more caring, loving, considerate, and compassionate towards my wife to have her respect me more. So why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because I want you to know a split-second decision can ruin a relationship. Honestly, the argument I had with my wife lasted no more than 1 or 2 minutes, but it could have easily ruined 3 years of relationship. Honestly, 3 errors in judgment had the potential to wreak havoc on our marriage. So if I could ask you to do one thing, it would be to be more caring, loving, and compassionate towards the people you love and care about. I'm talking family, friends, and significant others, because we all make mistakes. But sometimes when someone does one thing wrong, we forget all the things that they did right. Let's not make that mistake, because happiness in life in large measure comes from being happy in the relationships with the people we love and care about. Thanks again for listening, guys. And remember, dreams do come true. But number 1, we must dream it. Number 2, we must believe it. Number 3, we gotta grind every single day until we achieve it. Peace, guys.